Alright, so I'm just going to jump right into this because this is just appalling upon so many levels. The Biden administration has provided the Taliban with names of Americans and Afghan allies to evacuate. We have given the Taliban their kill list. They have been going door to door this entire time, trying to find people who have actually worked with us, who have helped us in Afghanistan, and have been killing them left and right. And we literally just gave them a list of names of Americans and Afghans who are still trapped in Afghanistan. This is so unbelievably appalling. I do not know how this is not just an impeachable offense at this point. How do we go forward with a president like this? How do we go forward with a president who is literally providing our enemies with kill list for our allies and for our own citizens, not just for our allies, for our own citizens who are still trapped, in that country? And you know, Jen Pazensky however the hell you say her name, she can say all day long that they're not stranded there because we're going to go get them. They're still stranded there. It doesn't change the fact. Like, if I'm stranded on the side of the road and I call, a friend up to come and get me, until he gets there and gets me out, I am still stranded there. It doesn't change just because he's on the way. I am still stranded there. We have stranded thousands of American citizens in this country. We have just turned our back on our Afghan allies who actually assisted us in this country. Now, I'm the kind of person who just doesn't think we should be there in the first place, right? I think we should have definitely gotten out. But this has been done so poorly. Dude, a dude who has 3 days of playing a Total War video game has more expertise on how to pull our people out than what Biden has done this time, right? Anyone with any bit of brains can tell you, you don't pull out your military before you pull out your civilians. All right, you pull out your civilians, you pull out our contractors, and you use the military as a rear guard to help defend the evacuation. That's the whole point. You don't close down our military bases. And when you do close down military base, you scuttle the equipment to make sure they can't get it. Yeah, we didn't even do that. We left them there with Black Hawk helicopters and Humvees and things like that. And they keep saying, well, they won't have the parts, so they won't be able to utilize them very effectively. They might use them for a few weeks, but they'll start falling apart without the mechanics. Dude, Iran's still using equipment from the 50s. All right, these forces took control by using literally military equipment from the Cold War era. Right? These people have just been given the strongest military, just the greatest military equipment in the world. And you don't think they're going to become a super state of terror? I mean, this is just obscene. This is just awful in every way, shape, and form. And I have to ask myself, when it comes to providing the names of these people to the Taliban, it almost sounds like we're working with the Taliban. I know we keep saying, well, yeah, we're working with them to make sure we get our people out. No, it sounds like we are actually assisting the Taliban and systematically killing anyone who actually helped us in their country. It is, without a doubt, possibly the worst blunder of almost any president in the history of this country. You know, we always say, well, this president's the worst president, and this president's the worst president, and for the most part, we're normally wrong, right? Because, man, there's been some really lousy presidents. But my God, this right here, with thousands of Americans still stranded, and now thus giving the names of these Americans to the Taliban, this could become one of the worst blunders ever of any presidential administration in the history of this country. And again, we've had some really lousy presidents. But this right here it's obscene. It doesn't even feel real. It sounds like something out of a movie, right? It doesn't even seem like it's actually true. But here we are. And I'm not going to go through this entire thing because there is a lot with this. But there was a quote here from one of the defense officials. Basically, they just put all those Afghans on a kill list, said one defense official, who, like others, spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss a sensitive topic. It's appalling and shocking and makes you feel unclean. These are defense officials who are just, well, they're telling us the truth. Biden recently said, well, maybe we did, maybe we didn't. Because, of course, he's incompetent, has no idea how to even play this game right in the first place. If you're going to sit there and try to do this sort of stuff, man, if you're going to even try to do this sort of stuff, at least try to hide it, man. He can't even do that. He's really going out there and just making a fool of himself. We had one of our generals, was it McKenzie, straight up say we're giving intel to the Taliban. We're just sharing intel with them because, of course, that helps because we're united. We're working with the Taliban. Do you really think the Taliban's going to listen to anything you ever say? Do you really think the Taliban cares about what we're doing? The Taliban just wants us out for the most part, which, of course, there was the incident earlier on where there was a suicide bombing where, 13, I think, American Marines were killed. More Marines killed than what Trump had in his, last 2 or even 3 years. All happened in one day. We're getting pulled right back into this war, folks. We're getting pulled right back into it. Right? If you don't think we're about to go to war with the Middle East all over again, think again. Listen, the media's already setting this up. The media's already going on and on about, well, we can't leave these people behind. Look at all these people we've left behind. We need to get back in there. Look at all these people being hurt. We need to, they have all this equipment. We need to get back in there. We need to secure the region. We need to secure the region over and over and over. And don't get me wrong, we need to get our people out. We definitely need to get our people out. Send the military, get them out. But do you really think we're going to leave again? It sounds to me like this is just a way to get Biden out of office, Kamala in office, and then what do you know? She then takes us back to war. Well, we're in there again. And we can't pull out because we know what happened last time. It almost feels like it's all being done on purpose. I don't even know how anyone could be this bad at any form of tactics. I'm a nobody. Yet even I can clearly see you don't pull out your troops and evacuate your military outposts before you get your citizens out of the country. Especially not when up to this point we had almost 0 military deaths during, the past year. Right? We know we can secure the region. We know we had the region completely secured at that point. Why not pull all of our citizens out saying, hey, we don't know what's going to happen when our military leaves, so just let's go ahead and get everyone out. And anyone who's left at that point is people who basically chose to take that risk. But no, we literally left in the middle of the night. At the middle of the night, we just abandoned the base without even telling our allies in the region. I was out there criticizing a lot of these, Afghan military officials for surrendering, but the more information that comes out, man, I don't blame them. I no longer blame them. I kind of blame them. Fight to the end. You know what's going to happen to your family, fight to the end. If I thought any of this sort of stuff was going to happen to my family, of course, you fight to the bitter end. That's what you do. And these people just quit. They let their entire country be, left it to be taken over. So they do have a lot of the blame there. But the fact that we just abandoned them in that fashion, it's no wonder they lost morale. It is really no wonder what happened. What is happening now is a travesty of travesties. It could have been avoided in so many different ways. Yes, it was going to be bad. Any way we got out was going to be bad. But this, we were appalled back it was the 70s or 80s when 50 Americans were held captive in the Middle East. Now we're going to have thousands. And we don't even know how many. Biden won't even tell us how many Americans are still stranded there. Some reports say only a few thousand. Some reports show up in the tens of thousands. What happens when the videos start getting sent over to us from the Taliban? What happens then? This has been the worst handling of a foreign crisis that any president has, I think, ever had. Again, we've had a lot of bad presidents, but this I think it takes the cake. Either way, what do you think? Leave a comment below. Personally, I think he should be impeached, but leave a comment below to see what you think. I understand some people are definitely worried about President Harris. I understand that. But still, let me see, leave a comment. What do you think? And of course, like this video if you enjoy these kind of videos. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more content. Either way, we'll be talking to you again real soon.